So I've been using the all-new MacBook Pro M2 Max
for about 6 months now,
and here's some of the things that I really love about it. For easy reference, the configuration that I have is the M2 with 1TB SSD storage. Starting off with looks, it's quite impossible to tell the difference between the M2 Pro and its older brother, the M1 Pro, which is not entirely a bad thing. Consistency and subtle details is classy, and being classy is a good thing. If you're coming from the M1 Pro or M1 Max camp, maybe you can chill for a little bit longer or look into upgrading something else, perhaps your docked setup. Don't get me wrong, there are upgrades between these two models, but it'll be tricky to notice the difference in your average day-to-day use. With that out of the way, let's get into my favorite things about the MacBook Pro, with the first being the display. The 16:10 aspect ratio mini LED display is a great screen to watch HDR content. I sometimes prefer watching videos on it as compared to the external display that I have. Weird, I know. ProMotion is always a treat to see, and the screen goes really bright, especially indoors where I use most of the day, only hovering around 60 to 70% and even lower at night. The HDMI ports on these newer machines support HDMI 2.1, and if that's what's important to you, it's worth noting that the Pro 14-inch and 16-inch machines can connect to more than one display. SDXC card slot is necessary, especially because we're always picking up clips from SD cards. It's great to not need a dongle. MagSafe is always welcome, although I normally have everything hooked up through a single Thunderbolt port to the studio display, or any other USB-C PD supported display output. The built-in speakers on the MacBook Pro I feel are really the best you can get from any 14-inch laptop. Music playing from the device sound full and detailed. Soundstage is wide with good presence and prominent bass. You can forget about needing your Bluetooth speakers when you're showing movie trailers or watching movies on the laptop. The microphone on this device is great. Fun fact, this whole voiceover is recorded right on this MacBook Pro itself, really serving as an all-in-one machine. Scrubbing through multi-track projects with 4K footage is so easy with zero slack on Premiere Pro. As you would already know, Adobe Suite have been running natively on the silicon chips for a while, and they're great. As someone who enjoys mechanical keyboards, the MacBook Pro's keyboard is very usable, and the adjustable backlighting is such a nice touch. The trackpad is nice and extra spacious, allowing for multi-finger gestures to easily be executed without feeling cramped when I'm not using a mouse. Our bestie MagSafe gets a warm welcome back, and the Liquid Retina XDR display along with the internal upgrades are definitely a step up. Speaking from my personal experience, this was the perfect solution for me, especially because I need a portable powerhouse and a capable desktop when docked to an external monitor. If you're expecting to see visual updates and changes, it won't be in this iteration. But if you're coming from an Intel Mac, then it's high time you make the switch, especially if you're doing a lot of heavy lifting like video editing and if you're always viewing HDR content.